Hey guys, welcome back to CGCB podcast with John and Mitch. Um, we got a little guest with us today.
Just making
Baby
a racket.
John. Baby John's back again. I'm playing daddy right now, so forgive me if you hear that. Here's your fire truck. So we have been
I've been busy.
We have been very busy. I'll let Mitch rattle off half of the billion things we've been doing in the past month.
So we've been doing a lot that y'all ain't really seen. So I'm sure y'all have seen the snippets of we finally got our first machine gun built.
Yep, this guy right here.
Which actually now y'all would have seen the clips when we had the his SPR upper on it. But now we've got a 10-inch 7.62 by 39 upper with a can because it's the only thing that's cheap to shoot right now, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper. And funny enough, the price hasn't really fluctuated on it very much, if at all, in most places.
Excuse the cough. I've been dealing with allergies for the last week, and it's just miserable. I tried to take something to calm it down before we started this. But anyways, so we did that. Then we, John stumbled upon it first, but he's got a Nightvision scope.
Yep.
On his, or on the 6.5, he's got an ATN X-Sight 4K. So I, of course, after we tried it the first night hog hunting, I had to go out and get my own, except mine's a
LT.
LT. Oh, I got the box right here. Hang on. Yeah, it's an LTV 3-9.
Okay.
These scopes are able to be used both day and night, but it's only got like barely a Gen 1 image intensifier, so you got to use it with an IR. Excuse me, an IR illuminator, which it comes with, which is this one right here. I don't know how well you can see it, but anyway, we'll get into that. So we all had a good Thanksgiving. We each had our own. Like I did one with me and the old lady over at my folks' house, and then we migrated over. And had Thanksgiving dinner with John and his family, and then we had our traditional Thanksgiving boar hunt. Oh, and that was a good time. And I gotta say, like that's what really pushed me over the edge to get that ATN back there, because I saw how easy it was to see out there, to see them pigs. And I was running, at first I was running, if y'all remember, I had that Burris sitting on top of this rifle, and I was using that at 10 o'clock at night under a 3/4 moon. But I was still able to see the pigs, like just barely the outline, but I was able to see enough to shoot. Jesus, sorry about that. And then what else? Oh, we've been working on some things.
Yeah.
And we finally got them to the right place to get them in our hands. And we'll show you that at the end. But it does have to do with laser precision and what we are trying to accomplish with that. So anyways, John, take us into that short thing behind you.
Okay. Well, before I do that, I want to give a huge shout out to my very good friend, Nathaniel. He is the owner of the 6.5 Creedmoor upper and the ATN and the Dead Air Armament Sandman L that is on. Without that combo on my AR-10 lower, I probably would not have been able to drop them hogs. So Nathaniel, huge shout out to you, dude. I know you wanted me to test that stuff out, so I'm getting it done. We're testing it out, and it's working great. And I just want to brag a little bit. Killed 2 hogs with 1 shot. Just saying.
And I'm gonna say I had to come back out and sight it in the next day. Well,
Yeah.
the next day. Well, not next day, the day after next.
Yeah.
We had a little oopsie the second night, but
Fortunately, yeah.
Excuse me, but I mean it's a sweet shooting gun.
Really
when
is.
you put the right buffer and spring in it.
Yes. So, I had a issue with. I have like I have a ton of ARs and I have a ton of AR parts. And when I built the 6.5, I put the wrong buffer and the wrong buffer spring the in the firearm, so it didn't want to cycle. And my first thought was, oh, it's just these terrible hex mags, which I've never had an issue with hex mags, but that was just my fault. And then after some more looking and whatnot, it turned out I needed to tune the buffer system. And then,
and just so everybody knows, like when I went and sighted in that Saturday, I noticed it because I pulled the bolt back to rack around it. I'm like, this bolt ain't coming back far enough to even have the bolt catching gauge. I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
yeah, so the thing that threw me off when I wasn't catching is the bolt catch would catch, but it was catching the carrier and not the actual bolt. So I was assuming that it was working fine, and it really was not. I don't even know how it was cycling the first round whenever I'd rack it. It was just miraculous. And the second night we hunted, I was able to rack off 2 rounds, and then the third did not want to cooperate. Which, if I had a third, I probably would have gotten a hog, but it is what it is, and we can go back out probably this weekend or next weekend, so we'll make it work. But again, huge shout out to Nate. Your 6.5, bro. It's a killer. It's got some blood finally. But yeah, Baby John is currently reviewing his fire truck. We're still getting some more miles put on it, and then Baby John will have his review come out on that. While I'm holding him, I'll let you move on to what you want to talk about, and then we can go back to the machine gun.
Okay. So we went out on the hog hunt, which I'm sure y'all have seen the pictures of. We actually have some video because these scopes can actually record video and audio, as long as you got a micro SD card in it, which I still got to get one for this. But so we went out. We went in the stand about dark, which was right around 5:30, 6 o'clock, roughly. Excuse me. And we sitting in this tower stand. It's about 16 to 18 feet in the air, roughly. It's got camo netting over all the shooting ports with areas just cut out so you can poke your gun through. The only thing is with an AR, these are more cut for like bolt guns, and we're running AR, so it's kind of tight to get them through. But anyway, so we're sitting up there. It's big enough for both of us. You got a little plot over here, probably about 45 degrees from there. You've got a lane that's probably about 60 to 70 yards long. And then you go further to the left, and then you got a path that leads back. It's like a little ATV trail almost. That's got a little opening, and then it keeps going back. Well, we're out there, and we're sitting there. Time goes by. 8 o'clock rolls around, and we're looking around like, damn, we didn't bring nothing to drink. So, of course, me being a quiet one, I had to shimmy on down, run back to the house, grab some drinks, come back up to sit and sing, because it was pretty warm
right there. What he really meant to say is he's the skinniest and the most in shape, so he was able to shimmy down the ladder, run back and forth and back up without making a lot of noise. Me, I would have had the whole fucking thing shaking and making a ton of noise.
Now,
Granted,
you did surprise me the second night.
Huh?
So you did surprise me the second night, because I didn't hear you coming, but after you texted me, I waited like 10 minutes, and I looked back, and I could see you walking, and I didn't hear you till you whistled. So you did pretty good there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm good at walking up, but I mean, when it comes to physical effort, I'm not quiet.
Yeah. But anyways, so I come back, we're sitting up there, we're just bullshitting a little more. And then all of a sudden I see him go, and I was like, we got pigs? He's like, yeah, pigs. So we're sitting there getting on them. Now they were they were in the middle lane. And so I'm sitting there trying to shimmy around, be quiet, get my gun up to where I can see them. And by the time I get on there, I'm sitting looking like, damn, there's a lot of them back there. And John's sitting there still trying to get on there. And by the time he gets down to be able to look to see, they were moving into the brush. And shit, they're coming over to this one on the right. So I pulled out, moved over, put it up, and then I started counting them. And we had 3 adult pigs and about, excuse me, 8 to 10 piglets. And so I took the one furthest on the right because I could actually see them, because there was one sow that was with the piglets that I had a hard time being able to differentiate that one from the rest of the piglets. And then, so he took, I think you took the one furthest on the left, right?
Yeah, I took the sow in the middle of the pack.
Okay. And then I took the one on the right. So we waited. So everybody was on there. We're like 3, 2, 1, shot. My pig dropped immediately. His dropped immediately. And then I saw it back, legs flopping around. I'm like, did he get a second one? So those pigs run off. We get down at the sand, run back. And he hit his right at the top of the shoulder through the spine. And then the bullet went through and hit one of the piglets on the backside. Unfortunately, it wasn't a clean kill on the piglet. So, but we ended up putting it out of its misery because that was completely unintentional. But my pig dropped immediately, didn't move. It was a good shot right in the neck. Blood all over the place.
It was an arterial shot. It was a good shot.
Oh, yeah. As soon as we got them 2 that night, and then the next night we went out, we were back in the tower. I'd been there since sundown. He got there by 8 o'clock. Shortly after, I noticed they were all the way in the right this time. They had come out about an hour earlier that night. And we're getting up on them. Oh, they're moving over. But this time, instead of the one sow that was left, there were 2 adult pigs. So we wait. They come in the middle of the lane. He gets set up. He's looking at them. I'm sitting there trying to track them because I can see the group, but I can't see the sow that's in the middle. So then he's like, oh, hang on. The other one's coming out. And so I'm waiting on the other one to come out. I'm like, that one's acting a little different. I'm not so sure that's a sow. So we finally get lined up, and we've got video of this. So we get set up, and wait, countdown, fire. Now, I think my round struck right in the pad. And we did find out later after reviewing the footage that this was a boar hog. Yeah, so he was a pretty big. And I was shooting, 75 grain gold dots. Out of my gun. It's a 20-inch gun. I wasn't running a suppressor this night. And I'm not convinced that the bullet actually went through the shoulder. And then he put 2 rounds at the sow, but they took off running. And now I had my electronic earmuffs on, and I heard something fall in the woods. And so we got down, we went looking. We couldn't find a blood trail. We followed the hog trail back into the woods a little ways, and we couldn't find nothing. So I'm fairly certain we got at least one of them, but I couldn't tell you which one. And then the third night we went out, we sat in the ground blind, and we ended up having to get out in the woods a little early. But that's just how it worked out. And it was really hard to be able to actually see where we were. There was a lot of tree cover, and it was actually in the middle of the woods. So with that IR illuminator, it's kind of hard to see past a certain point because all the tree limbs and stuff reflect that IR light back at the scope. So anyways, I'm going to be getting an SD card for that, probably a new illuminator, because that one's got like 3 settings, but you have to focus it to the distance. And I'm just going to get Streamlight makes a TAC IR. It's a big old IR light, and you can see clear out around about 500 yards with one of them. using that illuminator. So I'm going to be excuse me, getting one of them for it. So, yeah. Let's see what else. I've got some stuff to show y'all, but I'm waiting. I'm saving that for the end. Let's see. On a bit more of a down note, a lot of the reason why we haven't been posting a lot is one of our dogs has not been doing so well. So she's been dropping a lot of weight, so we took her to the vet Monday, and they found a mass in her belly somewhere. So we've just picked her up from the vet today. She stayed overnight. She had a couple x-rays and ultrasound, pretty much every test you can do, and they're still not certain of what it is, but they're kind of leaning towards she's got stomach cancer. And so now we got to get a biopsy done, but we're not entirely sure when we're going to be able to do that because they want a lot of money to do a biopsy. But we kind of need to get it done. So, and I've been dealing with that, and that's why you haven't been hearing too much from me lately. So I just want to let you know, like we're not ignoring y'all, I promise. There's just been a lot going on recently. So, anyways, back to John, since Baby John's got his pretzel.
Talk about that, guys. Baby John was getting into stuff he shouldn't have been getting into, and some stuff fell on him.
Yeah, look at him, no regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. Look, he's fine with his chocolate covered pretzels. He's just needy right now. He's cutting some teeth in the back, and he's just needing to be all up on me. Wife is out Christmas shopping, so I miss my little guy today. So I told her go shopping, and I'll keep him. But yeah, like Mitchell said, stuff's been crazy. We've been busy. I know I haven't updated on the mini truck any. And sadly, I haven't done anything with it so far. I need to get hardware for basically everything because all the hardware is missing. There's still a lot of body work to do. I did fire it up and let it idle the other day, but that's about it. Nothing a lot on the update. A lot of stuff going on with baby, being that both me and Erica work. We are super busy, so between having to run back and forth, picking him up from daycare, and then work, and then laser precision stuff, it's wild. So it's it's hard to make videos and whatnot. So we're trying to come back. I'm sure after the first of the year, things will be a whole lot better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But in between when I get time, I get to do stuff like every year when we go to Thanksgiving, like Mitchell said, that we have an annual hog hunt. We go hunting at my wife's family's place, and we get to do kind of fun stuff like that. I did get the full auto gun almost done. The finishing touches should be here tomorrow. There's a Burris fast fire that I'm putting on it with the high mount, and then the of course a dust cover.
Oh yeah,
a forward assist is on the way, and a foregrip because I plan to rent the machine gun. So I bought a foregrip with a hand stop, so it'll keep whoever's shooting from sliding their hand too far forward and touching the gas block, because I know it's gonna get
somebody's bound to do it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's especially people that's never shot full auto before. I know what's going to happen, and especially something that short.
And just to clarify, we're not talking about like renting it to you for a day to go off and do whatever with it.
Oh no, that's not how that works.
no, you got to be on site and be supervised.
Yeah, so the way that works is you'll pay per magazine, and right now I'm kind of still working on the price for magazines to shoot. But what it is it's a private lesson. You come to my place and you shoot at my range, so it'll be a private session. And of course, you'll sign a waiver. And then we go out. I tell you how to shoot the machine gun. I'll tell you how it works. And we'll do a few dry fires. And then I will hand the machine gun to you. And you can go all, and I'll let you step up to the firing line. And then you get to shoot the full auto gun. And I'll take videos, pictures, or whatnot of you doing it as well. But, you know, all this is going to be a very organized and safe activity because, you know, I would like to keep my business. So, yeah, so that will be coming very soon, and I'll be posting about it. Also, I'm sure I've told y'all before that my wife does arts and crafts and stuff of the sort. She makes T-shirts and stickers and stuff. So, if you noticed, I have a Laser Precision T-shirt. She's going to start making these. I will have a link for them soon. And if you're interested in a shirt or a sticker, you know, let me know, and I'll get my wife to make it. And all the money for that is not going to Laser Precision. It's actually going to her because she's going to be doing all the work, so she deserves it. So
I ain't got mine yet, so I'm not wearing one.
Yeah, so Mitchell ordered like 4 or 5 of them, so he's getting one for like every day of the week. But yeah, the machine gun, the suppressor is working good. I put a mag through it when I finished it the other day, and let's see, baby John is just not happy with anything right now.
Yeah, he got a flat on his fire truck, and he's not too happy about it.
He is very spoiled. His mom spoiled him a lot. So there's that. Yeah. So yeah, we said it a lot. We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I do have video of when we did the hog hunt. I'll send it to Mitchell and see if we can kind of embed it somewhere.
I should be able to. You sent it to me through Messenger, so I should be able to download it and then just
perfect.
post it.
That'd be cool to embed it somewhere. So we can do that. I know I've had ideas of in the future having some guests on and make it a bit more formal. So we'll have more stuff to talk about than the 2 fucking nerds sitting here bullshitting.
I mean, people like that stuff. I mean,
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I know we got some Laser Precision stuff we've been working on, like Mitchell said in the beginning. That I myself am ecstatic and cannot wait for it to come to fruition. But
let me go ahead and
yeah.
See if I can.
So
here's here's, let me move this real quick. Here's one of the things we've been working on. This is a 14-inch rail system. It's free float. It's got a Arca Swiss rail on the 6 o'clock for mounting to a tripod and more of your competition style accessories. It's got your M-lock slots at 3, 9, 11, and 1 o'clock. We didn't put them down on your 4 and 7, mainly because they're going to interfere with any Arca accessories you have down there. It's got a built-in rail stop back here, which may change in the future, but we actually have this, sent this off to a machine shop, and we're looking at hopefully it being delivered within the next week or 2, which we'll have pictures and everything when they get in. Another thing that we've got at the machine shop is we've got a brake. So this one particular one's a 5.56. We're calling it our RC 5.56. It's just supposed to be a recoil compensator, but it's got a special purpose for the shape of this this baffle right here. So we got 3 of these coming, one for each of our comp rifles, and then one for the for a 5.56 machine gun upper, just to make it a little more controllable, and like really stress test it.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it's behaving the way we want it to behave. And ultimately what this is going to culminate to once we get these where we want is this.
Hell yeah.
So this is it mocked up. So we've got our own barrel profile up under here. In fact, hang on a second. So if I hide that, there's the barrel right there. So it's going to be a 20-inch fluted barrel. Our own proprietary gas block, and then the fun part is a suppressor. So we're working on all this right now, but we're doing really 2 things at a time. So we've got the rail and the brakes out in out at the machine shop right now. So once they're done and we get them coated and everything, so we're going to do a nitride coating on the brake, and we're going to do either a Cerakote or hard coat anodize on the rail. I haven't quite determined that yet. We still got a little bit of time, but excuse me. Yeah, we're waiting on that. Then once that's done, we'll work on the brake, or I'm sorry, not the brake, the gas block, and the can. It'll be a all welded stainless can, and we're gonna. Well, it might be stainless, it might be titanium. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Yeah, we have options.
Yeah, so this is going to be a good setup for both predator hunting and competition use is what the idea with this is. So we might go titanium to make it lighter for trekking around, because I know like this gun back here with the scope I got on it, like 16, 17 pounds, and it's got a H-bar stainless barrel on it, and that's fucking heavy. So this barrel profile ought to save about 1.5 pounds on the barrel alone. So yeah, that's what we're working on, and we'll have it in our hands soon, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. So
yes, I am. Just like I said, I cannot wait for. I'm really looking for the rail, because it's just a safety trail. The brake is badass too. I know that we're probably going to be arguing who gets to shoot it the most. So
I mean, the rail's going on. They're replacing that.
Yeah.
So
it'll be good time, because it's going to be. We have a good quality machine shop making this stuff for us. They're a local shop, like we said a few podcasts ago, shop local. We're using local shop, great guys, and they do good work. So we can't wait to see the product. I know I'm super excited for this stuff, because not only is it showing Mitchell's prowess for design and his great work on Fusion 360, because I'm absolutely terrible at it.
Yeah, if anybody was wondering, I did all the design work for this.
Yes, like 90% of that shit or more is Mitchell's design. Mm-hmm. I kind of just butted in and said, hey, we need to fix this, we need to do this, and adjust this here. I did a bit of editing. That's all it really was.
Yeah, he's like, well, I mean, I like this, but what about this? And I was like, well, we'll see how it works.
Yeah, I came in at like an armorer standpoint or a gunsmith standpoint for a lot of things, which it is going to be user friendly for sure. If this design goes to production, it'll be really user friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing we're really looking forward to. But man, I'm really looking forward to the break too, because I can't wait to put it on my comp gun and test it.
Blast your eardrums out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. And then there's some other stuff I'm working on too, but that's the closest to being done.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely going to propel Laser Precision forward a lot more. I'm not huge into trying to be competitive in my area, as in gun shop wise, because as I've always told people, I don't keep stock. I order on demand, so I'm not out here, like a big shop. This rifle behind me, I ordered that for a customer because he wanted it. Ordered it and built it. Everything else I've ever had was ordered on demand. I don't keep stock. So, but that being said, there's not any shops around here that I know of that are trying to manufacture their own products, aside from somebody 3D printing a bullet tray or something, which is cool. I mean, it's a good idea. I would like to do it, but I'm not going to do it now since they're doing it.
Yeah.
So we're moving forward and innovating better, I would say.
Yeah, because when I started work on that rail, like there was only one ARCA rail that I was familiar with for the AR. And then looking into it, once I started actually getting finished with it, Sergeant of Arms had come out with one and Geisley had come out with one. And so we're hoping to be able to, once all said and done, and we can actually get it down to a price that we can sell it at. The target's about between $180 and $220 for the rail. So it'll be competitively priced with other rails on the market, and hopefully be a lot slimmer.
Yes.
Than the others.
Not naming any names.
So, but yeah, you're going to see it once we get back from coating. It's going to replace my Knights rail on this one. And then this Knights rail is going to go on my driveway special, which will be coming in a later episode.
Yep.
Which, if you don't know what a driveway special is, go to YouTube, type in driveway special, Ash Hess, and he will do a very good job of explaining what that is.
Well, now that I got a second, I can actually go through this thing. All right. All right, let's see. Empty, as always. Here. So, this is a M&M Firearms low shelf receiver. I did the third pin cut myself with a jig that I bought off a gunbroker. I thought it was a little steep price-wise, but I got it, and it's actually a very quality piece. Lined everything up perfectly. I also bought the full auto parts kit from M&M Firearms, the ones who manufactured the low receiver. And then I have a ergo grip, just something comfortable. I put it on there because I knew it was going to be on a full auto gun, and it'll take up a lot of vibration and stuff for people that's not used to it. And it's very comfortable in the hands. Standard mag pull, stock, and buffer tube. What else we got here? Standard mil-spec trigger set. Mitchell, don't die on me. What else? The upper receiver. So the upper receiver is a stripped Anderson manufacturing upper receiver. The bolt is a micro best carrier with a I forgot the name ring, but it's a 7.62 bolt base, and then the rail, barrel, gas block, gas tube is a Davidson Defense. They're a budget friendly manufacturer. So essentially, you can get an upper just like this without the suppressor, of course, for like $200. So it's essentially what I'm doing is I built this as cheap as I could just to see how quick it will fail. And so far, I've had some issues right off the bat. I'm leaking gas from the gas block because the gas tube's not sealing it all the way, or it's drilled out too much. Either or. So it was a one-shot full auto gun, which is not fun. So I threw my can on it just for shits and gigs, just say, hey, I'll throw my Lasso Precision can on it, or not Lasso Precision, but it's a modular can that I registered under Lasso Precision. But threw the can on it, now it's cycles. So it's a very budget-friendly machine gun. 10.5 barrel, heavy barrel, 1 in 10 twist. I might try to do some groups with it just for shits and gigs to see what it can do. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time with this thing. I know all the family was asking me to bring this out hog hunting, but at the time I did not have the upper end yet, and I was not going to use my PRS upper to shoot hogs on full auto.
And with the ammo as expensive as it is.
Yeah, it's basically that. But with 7.62, I probably wouldn't mind, but then again, I wouldn't feel like a very ethical kill. So I know that we haven't said this, it's an eradication effort is what we're doing. We're not hunting for food or for trophy. We're shooting them because it's an eradication effort. These hogs have caused over $10,000 worth of damage to farmers' field. So we are eradicating them for him. And we just kind of take a bit of sport in it. So we kind of have fun. But at the same time, I'm not trying to pull a holocaust of fucking hogs. I want to be ethical with it. So that's why I'm not out there with fucking 223 on full auto, just fucking dumping on.
Yeah, we ain't doing this like they do in Texas.
No. Granted, our problem's not as big of a problem as it is in Texas. That's why they can get away with that. But at the same time, we, our questionable morals, some would say, we have morals, and we want to be ethical. So that's why we try to make the best shot placement we can, and we try to kill them as ethical as we can.
Yeah, no need making an animal suffer or needlessly.
Yeah, no, and like Mitchell was saying, when I killed those 2 hogs with 1 shot, the piglet that I shot was completely.
There was no way he would have been able to see it when he was looking at that sow.
No, it was completely behind the sow. Like, I could not see the piglet because I was making sure that there was nothing behind it. And if there was something behind it, it was a bigger hog behind it to kill. But it wasn't. So, I mean, I got good shot placement. I dropped him or her instantly. Straight to the spine, dropped her. But piglet, unfortunately, it suffered for about a minute or less. And then thankfully, my skinny, more athletic friend here was able to get down the stand and send him to Pig Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But yeah, guys, I got my can finished, I guess you could say. Got it serialized and finished up. Mitchell is using this can on that rifle.
Mm-hmm. This works pretty good as
sounded great.
as a 5.56 can because well, it's definitely, I don't want to say it's quieter. I mean, the tone is definitely different compared to that dead air because the dead air with that 6.5 still makes my ears ring.
I mean,
But,
it's super quiet compared to a 6.5.
well, yeah. But that one right there is actually a little bit quieter. But it also has a bit more internal volume, I feel like, than the dead air.
There's a ton of internal volume on this thing, like a lot, which aid. Granted, shooting this particular setup, 10-inch 7.62, is deafening still with the can off.
Just because you have a suppressor on a rifle does not necessarily make it hearing safe.
Yeah, it's not going to make it, that quiet. So it's I made the mistake. I put about 5 rounds full through it when I was testing it, and my ears are ringing. So I knew at that point I was like, okay, I know it's suppressed, but I need to wear hearing protection. Even though my ears are already messed up, I want to save what little bit I got left. But I can't explain enough how excited I am to have this thing running. And we got a lot of stuff going on, and we're excited about it. A lot of people are saying 2020 sucks. Well, for us, 2020 ain't so bad. We've you just got to overcome. Like this year long, I started my firearms business, something I've always wanted to do. And I've always wanted to own a full auto gun, and there's that. I've always wanted to own a suppressor. Well, it's adding up, and I've always wanted to help design some shit and make my own rifle, and we're in the process of that.
Yeah.
Things are stacking up pretty good. So, but when all that happens, that's what makes you busy. So,
oh yeah, trust me, it takes a lot of time to design that. Like it probably took me well over 300 man hours just to do that rail. Like it takes a long time to be able to do it and then make it dimensionally work and make it to where you can actually manufacture it. So
and I myself only have about 4, maybe 5 hours of going over to his place and looking at it and helping. But other than that, it's all he did. Like 9 hours of work.
I mean, I spent a lot more time on the manufacturing side of things than old boy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was sitting there on the assembly line just plugging stuff in. I'm sitting there over there with a block of material and a mill making stuff.
Yeah. I'm an armorer. He's a machinist. Well, like my shirt says, master armorer.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're gonna make mine say masturbator.
But anyway, not gonna flex too hard. Yeah, I will. Yeah. I was actually thinking of making it optional to have your name on there if people wanted it. So, because these are completely customizable. So, I was thinking about doing that. Or actually, I was going to try and surprise you, but I'll just tell you now. I was going to make your shirt, and then instead of master armor, I was going to put fucking head engineer or some shit on it. I mean, done all the engineering, so.
I was going to say HNIC works too.
Yes, sir.
Nah, that works for me. So
yeah, man. But like I said, we got a lot of stuff going on, but it's good stuff for the most part.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you before people start saying, "Ooh, well, I want that or I want that." Well, it's gonna be a little bit before we can even bring it down to a reasonable price. Like, like just a rough breakdown. Like them breaks, if we were to make them have them made individually, like you're talking $300 a break. So I mean, that's nowhere near reasonable
No,
Because
absolutely.
I'm not going to pay $300 to have something made and then sell it to somebody for, you know, like $80. Like, no, that ain't gonna work. So it's
And I don't
just,
feel it's ethical to sell a brick for over $300 too. So you know we can't do that either.
yeah. I mean, so you just have to be patient until we can get to the point where we can actually have them production, because there's a lot more than just having the parts made. Like uh, we got to factor in material costs and uh, transportation fees and all that other good stuff, and then we got to get them packaged
And these are still R&Ds.
and
So
yeah.
these are not nowhere near final products yet.
Mm-mm.
So we don't know how many iterations we might have to go through as well.
And I already know of probably about 5 changes I'd make to the rail.
Yeah.
So we just got to see once they get made what changes come in, what stays, what goes, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So just things to keep in mind, guys.
Mm-hmm. I know when it gets closer to time, we will, you know, start putting feelers out there on what people are interested in, you know, the product wise. And I'm sure we can work out like I don't want to say work out a pre-order deal because that's just so far ahead in advance. I don't even want to talk about that yet. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working. And I know this is the first time anybody's ever heard of it. Like, the only people I've ever told about this stuff that me and Mitchell's been working on is my wife and maybe one other person. And but all this stuff has been we've kept secret, kept to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So this is if you watch the podcast,
You'll know.
Enlightened.
Yeah, because I ain't posting no more pictures on the page. You're just gonna have to wait till they come in.
Yep. And so if you watch the podcast, you guys will treat. And but until they actually come out and then we get hands on, sorry if you don't watch the podcast. Well, sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I'm ready to have them in my hand because hand coated, so that way I can replace this Knight's rail because I want to use that on a carbine, not a comp gun.
Yeah. I kind of want to fucking pony up some money and have myself or whatever our revision is made so I can put it on mine.
Hell, I might just leave it in the white and throw it on there.
Hell yeah.
I think that's what I might do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it'll look good with your stainless barrel.
It would.
Stainless barrel in the white. Throw this can on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Shiny and chrome.
Yes, sir.
See, I've always wanted to have a full AR that's just in the white.
Me too. I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm. So
I'll get a sandblaster. We'll sandblast a rifle.
no, just hold on. I got some other stuff in the cooker. Just wait.
Yeah.
So,
Guys, baby John is super tired.
yeah, he's just crashing down there.
Yeah, he really is. He's underneath my feet right now, trying to nap. Poor fella.
Well, and I think that about wraps up this podcast. You got anything else you want to add, John?
Nothing I can really think of. I appreciate you guys watching it. If you made it this far, fucking thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I checked the analytics the last time we were hot at it, and the furthest people will watch is 5 minutes. So we can
That's
see
average.
how long you watch. So, I mean, granted, I get, you know, most of us don't have time to sit there and watch a full podcast. So, but if you can watch all the way, that's awesome. If you can like, comment, subscribe, that's awesome. And we appreciate that. Check us out on Facebook. Planning on moving to Parler as well. I know I moved my personal account, and he's moved his personal accounts to Parler because of miscellaneous
Reasons.
Yeah. So there's that. But other than that, guys, we appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. We really do. this is something that is more than likely, well, not more than likely, but more of a labor of love than anything.
Yes.
So,
like, we're not making money off of it because, you know, we're nowhere near the level of doing that, but this is more just for fun.
yeah, like we just enjoy turning on the cameras and talking and giving everybody else a taste of what's to come.
Yep.
And what we're up to. And yeah, so we'll realistically we're probably looking at one more for the year. And we'll probably make it a Christmas special.
Yeah, that'll work.
And then we'll probably pick up not the first Friday of the new year, but the Friday after.
Yeah.
Would probably be more realistic for when we'll be back at this. So just stay tuned. We'll keep posting on the page. We're gonna try to make it a little more frequent than it's been, but yeah, we got you.
Yep. Before we sign out, let me grab my little gremlin. Come here, buddy. Oh, bump his head. All right, buddy. Tell everybody bye.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.